from Ladies That Market, and today I'm going to show you how to build a funnel in GetResponse. So when I first started using GetResponse, the training I had was quite not what I thought it was going to be. It was quite hard to actually follow, and it made it look like GetResponse and setting up a funnel with an automator was a lot more in depth than what it actually is. So this tutorial is basically for anyone that has no idea on how to use GetResponse to build funnels. And it's also going to show you how to set up a list so you can start that for your business. And having a list is very important because these are going to be people that you're going to be able to interact with, build the like, know, trust formula with, and they're going to basically be your potential buyers. I use GetResponse, as I said. This is a list building software where you can build landing pages. You can build your list, you can put in autoresponders, you can do mail outs, you can pre-schedule everything as well, and it's all kind of automated. So for me, I love it. I think it's about $15 a month, but I'll drop a link below the video so you can get a free 30-day trial so you can just see what it's all about. So let's jump into the tutorial. So this is the main page that you'll come onto once you're actually signed up for GetResponse. And first of all, what you want to do is you want to build a list. So you click on list at the top there, that's where I clicked. You can see these are all my different lists. I've got quite a few, so you can see how, I won't go any further, but you can see sort of, people on my lists basically. So when you have lists you've already built, you can replicate them, but today I'm going to show you how to build one from scratch. So first of all, you want to go on to create list. This is where I said you can replicate one, so if you've got one before, then you can use that. Now, creating your list, you want to name it something your contacts will relate to, because your contacts will actually see this when they subscribe or unsubscribe. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to call mine Kerry Training. Now, just be aware if someone else has already got this name, if it's already in your list somewhere, if there's one set up, then there can't be two within the same portal for the same name. So it will just tell you that you can't have it, and you'll just need to rename it by adding in an underscore or a hyphen, something like that, just so you can set it up. There you go. So I've already got it. I think I did one before, so I'll just call it number 2. So there we go, it's pre-populated at the top, Kerry Trainer number 2. Now there's a few settings that you want to go in and add to your list. So if you go over to these 3 dots, now these are the settings that I use. There might be additional settings that you want to add or different ways you want to do it, but I'm just going to show you the really, really basic way of setting up your funnel today. So pop into settings, and this will take you through to the settings page. You can see at the top, you've got 3 pages, general, subscription and confirmation. We're really going to concentrate on the general one. I'll explain what the subscription and confirmation is in a moment in case you want to use it. Going down the page, you can see Kerry Trainer number 2, and it says your contacts will see this when they subscribe and unsubscribe. So here you can give it a different name if you want. This is for your reference. I just call it the same, just so I know where everything is. And if you want to give it a description, obviously you can. I'm not going to put anything in there at the moment. Category, it depends on what niche and what it is that you're doing. You can select all different types in there. I'll leave it as internet marketing. And again, language, you've got all different there. Now, when you signed up, you would have had to have inputted your name and your address, or if you don't want your full address, you can add partial address. I don't think it actually checks. Because I'm in the UK, I can actually take this off. I can unsubscribe to have my postal address in my messenger footer there. So I don't have that in there. Going down, we've got add logo. So this is where you can pull it through from your computer. It will go. You can pick a logo and add it in. It's as simple as that. If you don't want a logo, we haven't got one, then just leave it blank. It also says you need to enter a website address the logo will link to, so just bear that in mind. Just add mine in. And then just save settings. Pops up general settings saved, so that's page 1 complete. Now page 2, if you want to be notified every time that somebody signs up onto your list on this particular list, then you would just turn on the send subscription notifications and pick the email that you've got loaded where you want it to go to. I don't want to be notified every time someone signs up, or I'd be getting quite a few emails a day that I don't need. I have it for set lists, so in my high ticket programs, if someone downloads my bonuses, then I'll be notified. I like to know, that people have found everything they need, and if not, I can obviously chase people up, but that will come with your own personal preferences. So this is the main part for the subscription, is require additional confirmation double opt-in. So when you enable one, several, or all of the options, all new contacts who sign up using the selected method receive a confirmation email that they need to confirm the permission to be on your list by clicking a confirmation link. Now, if you're doing something like a lead magnet, which is what I'm going to show you how to set up today, then I don't have the double opt-in in. If it was on my website or for an API subscription, then that's something I would turn on. But when they're just getting a lead magnet, they want, they definitely want it. They don't want to be waiting for another email to say confirm your subscription, and then then they get their lead magnet. So I just leave those off. So this page is pretty redundant if that's what you do, and that's kind of what we're going to do today. So I've not changed anything on here. Everything's exactly the same, but I'll just hit save subscription. And just to show you, if you did put this double confirmation on and you wanted people to subscribe and everything, you would go to the next page. You would select what they're basically subscribing to, so you can please confirm your subscription, please confirm your newsletter subscription, confirmation required, action required. They're going to be the headers for the actual email that goes through for the subscription confirmation. And obviously you change your email as to where it's coming from, and if they reply to it, where it's coming back. You've then got body templates, but I'm not going to go into all this because it's not relevant for what I'm showing you today. So we'll just go back to subscription. I'm just going to show you what they see if they subscribe or unsubscribe to your actual emails. So if someone unsubscribes, then they would basically see update your preferences, and they can unsubscribe there, and then they get a confirmation page. That's just a bit of behind the scenes, but realistically all you're going to need to worry about is this first page here. So it's pretty straightforward. If you've not got a logo, you've just got to do these couple of bits at the top. Okay, so go back to lists. That's number 1. So number 1 is add your list. This is where people are going to go onto when they subscribe. This is where you're going to store their emails. So the next thing we want to do is create our landing page. Now, the landing page is the bridge page, I like to call it, between them saying, yes, I want your whatever it is that you're giving them, like your lead magnet, and it's the bridge to you delivering automatically training. So you've not got to actually go and send this out to everyone. It's an automated process. You collect their email. It's win-win in my eyes. So first of all, I've got lots of pages on here which I've currently got up and running. I can duplicate any of these, which is why they're all pretty similar, and just change the settings behind. But for now, you won't have these, so I'm going to show you how to create a blank one. So like I did, I just went up in these boxes up here, these little dots, and just selected landing page. So you want to go into create landing page. There's a few options here. You've got lots and lots of, down the side, different types of templates that are all pre-done. So if you want to use any of these, you can do. You'll just click on them, select template, and you can edit and change bits and pieces in them, colors and all different things. If you don't want to build one from scratch, but I'm going to show you how to build one from scratch so that you know. So click here, build from scratch, and then these are all the build from scratch ones. You've just got basic templates. I tend to use plain template number 10. So select and then give it a name. So again, I'm going to name this the same as my list, just so I know where everything is all together. And you'll see you get a thank you page with this as well. So we're going to build both on this tutorial. So this brings up the shell, if you call it, of the actual landing page. So you can see you've got different things which are already on here. You can just click on them and replace them, or you've got the little delete if you want to delete them. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that one because I don't want it. I use quite a basic outline for this. Don't think too much into this. Landing page, people want what you're already offering. They've already decided they want it, so they're not going to read loads of information on here. They're basically getting from A to B. So I'll probably leave that one, get rid of that one, and then over here on the right hand side, these are all the drag and drop options. So you've got lots of different things there that you can add in. So I mainly use this one, which is text. This one is image, and then you've got social down there if you want to add those as well. So I'm just going to drop an image up there. Let's move it down a bit. So you can just move everything around which you want, which is pretty cool. You can centralize it, you can make it bigger, smaller, however you do it. Now the picture, you can put anything in here. I tend to use Canva a lot. If you're not aware of Canva, it's an online design program. And this allows me to create graphics that I use for any of my landing pages. So rather than just having a photo, it's got my logo, or that's where my logo was created as well. If you want to get a free trial of that, then I'll drop a link down below as well. And you can also drop a link on, these links I will drop onto the Autoresponder, because that's probably how you'll receive this training. If it's on a video, then I'll drop the links below the video, just so that's explained. So I've got one preset. So if I go into replace, these are all my preset ones that I use. You just basically add file, and again, you just go to your computer and go into whatever document it is that you want, collect what it is, and then just push open, and then it will come into here. So for me, I'm just going to add one that I've already got. So we'll just take this one, and you can see it just literally drops it in there. So I can make that bigger, just centralize it, and then on here I'm basically going to type. Sometimes you have to double click on there. On the text, where do I send your free training? So once you've typed that, just highlight whatever it is you want to change. You can go and change the colors, just pick whatever color it is that you want. If you have a color in your brand, for example, I have a specific color that I use for my writing. You can actually, this is mainly linked through Canva, it's very easy to find, but if you've got a color in your brand, you've got the hash color, you can just literally remove that and paste in yours, and that color will actually then be available for you on your landing page, which is pretty cool. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that black. You can also change the type of font. So if you wanted to change that to something else, depending on what you want, you can change the size as well to fit it all on one line. And all the general things. You can add links, all the general things that you would do if you were attracting someone to something, building a landing page, building a website, anything that you need to do. I tend to stick with name and email only because the more things you ask for, the less likely people are to actually input them, and they'll just go away and they won't they won't download or input to get the information, like your lead magnet. Click on there and this opens this up, so you can change this to if you want the button on there, send, because they're not downloading my lead magnet, they're going to get it on an autoresponder. So what you want to do is save that if you're happy with it. And then up here, you've got mobile view. Now, this is really important because so many people now watch everything on mobiles. You need it to be able to be readable on a mobile. A lot of what's set up for what we call like desktop, laptop reading on a website will not be mobile readable. So just click that. Just says you can work in that. So, okay, let's go mobile. On this occasion, it is all fully readable, but you can just move everything around, like on the previous page. So if you needed to change something, it's pretty easy. And you kind of get an example of the actual page. If there was stuff down here, you don't want it on a second page, just move it around, make it smaller, etc., etc. So save again. Make sure you save in both of those. And you can actually save it as a template. So if it's something that you feel you've got a basic template, and you can just come in here and you change like free ebook, or where do I send your bonuses, etc., etc. You can just save it as a template, and it will save you time. So going back over on the left here, we're doing the actual landing page, which is variant A. Next to that, once they input their name, email, and send, you don't really want them staying on this page because they'll think that nothing's happening, maybe the page is frozen, etc. So what I tend to do is add a thank you page. And with this particular template, I think it was number 10 on the blanks, you actually get that as part of it. So I will get rid of that. Again, you've got a picture here, so you can just select anything you want. I'll just take that one for now. Put my logo in. Congratulations. Enjoy your free copy of. Just get rid of that. I put my free training 2. And then I'll just go down. It's easy to keep it in one box, just leave some gaps. You need to tell them where it's, how it's getting there, because it's not going to be downloaded. So I just add something like, please check your email inbox/junk box for delivery. But that's personal. That's exactly how you want people to see where it is, where they've got to go, but just don't miss that. Again, you can change all the fonts, all the colors. Just change that to black again. You want it to kind of pop and stand out. Don't need the download because they're not downloading it. For me, I think it's better that they actually go to their emails. You want them to go there and actually find this email, because if it's gone into a junk or a spam folder, they're more than likely going to pull it into their inbox. So anything else you send in the future will then also go into their inbox, because that's where it's going to end up. So save that. Don't forget, again, you want to go onto the mobile view up here. Again, it's all okay. I might move that up a little bit. Save. Go back to the front one. All's good there. Next step. So this is the SEO setting. So basically this landing page is going to act like a web landing page. It will be available in Google if you do the SEO settings. So I would say add a description in here. This description will appear as your site description, e.g. in Google search results, max 250 characters. So use your keywords here and cover exactly what it is. And then if people are searching for this particular, how to build, for example, what this is, how to build a landing page funnel or how to build a funnel, just bulk it out with additional keywords so people will find what you're looking for. If it's a private landing page and you don't want anybody to find it in Google, then don't fill in the description and tick this don't index in search engines, and then it won't appear when people are searching it. So the landing page URL settings, you can assign your own domain if you've got it. I don't tend to on mine. I've got a separate WordPress site, which if I'm doing particular landing pages for high tickets, then I'll build them on there. But if you have a domain and you want to particularly use it, then obviously, yeah, you can add that. So you just add it through the settings, change your DNS and your CNAME, and it's all self-explanatory. All the tutorials are on here, so I'm not going to cover that in this tutorial. Subscription settings, choose your list. So this is the list where it's going to, where their name and email is going to store. So that's what we set up previously. Mine was Kerry Training 2. Again, confirmed opt-in, I turn that off. I don't want them to get that second email to confirm their subscription. Add on to this cycle on the day. So that means the day they sign up, they'll start at day 0. And that's exactly when I want this lead magnet to go out, this email. Thank you page, you've got default, which is the one we've just set up that came with it. You can do a custom thank you page if you make it on a different landing page within Get Response. You can link the two together, or if you've got it on your website and you want people once they sign up to divert to your website, or if, for example, when someone signs up, you don't want them to go to their emails to have to find what it is. So if you were collecting an email before someone went to check out someone's affiliate course, for example, it's a good example. You wouldn't want them to go to their emails to have to find the link. You want to get that person to that, to that sales page as such, ASAP. So if you're selling something, then I wouldn't set up the thank you page. I just leave that blank, what I just did. And then you'd put in the sales page URL here. So when people add in their name and address, push send, they will then go directly to that sales page. But for me, I'm going to set up the default. You can also leave them on the current page as well, but I don't think that's great in my eyes. I wouldn't advise that. So default for me. And then you've got save or publish. So you want to publish it. If you're not ready to go with it, if you're pre-planning or just trying it out, then you can save it and you can come back to this. But for me, I just tend to publish it. So this is your landing page. So if you grab this link, go to a new page, paste, we should see exactly what we've just built. There we go. So you can give this link out to anybody. I would say for the link itself, use something like Rebrandly or Bitly is the other one. And you can make that link look more prettified. So it can, you can call it, as long as you haven't already got it or someone else hasn't already got the shortened link, you can rename that link so it's more personal to you. I'm not going to do that on here. That's another tutorial. So if we fill in to test, if we wanted to test that, you just fill in your name and address, name and email, and push send, and that person will go on your link. But we're going to test this out shortly. What I'm going to show you now is how to add an autoresponder into your funnel. So this is basically your list and your landing page built. We're now going to go back and hit the dots, and we're now going to go to autoresponders. And this is how you start to build your funnel. So these are all my autoresponders. So these are everything that I have set up for all different types of things that I promote. We're going to set up a new one, so we're going to create autoresponder. Now, the title and the name will appear on the list of your messages, and only you will see it. So you can literally call your autoresponder whatever it is that you want. So if you were doing, for example, something where you want to send multiple autoresponders, you can call it whatever the name of it. So Kerry training to day 1, and then I'll add another one day 2, add another one day 3, just so I can tag them all together. But for now, I'll just call it Kerry training to, we'll call it day 1, just so we know, actually it's day 0, because this is what's going to go at the same time as the sign up. So if it was a day 1, day 2, day 3, you just change the day here, and you can allow the day the message to be sent. I send them out on all days. It doesn't matter when people set up. Now, your email address where you want it to go from, you'll have all different, you may only have one, you may have all different in there. Try to get a domain email. That's my biggest piece of advice. They have a much higher chance of not going into the spam or junk box. But if you don't have that, then I would highly recommend setting up a Gmail email address, because they seem to be the best ones. And GetResponse, I don't think minds them too much. So that's where it's going to come from, and reply to your email, where it's going to go out to the person who's just added their name and email address to get whatever it is that you're offering them. Subject line, I tend to add something like, because this is what they're first going to see, so you don't want them to think it's spam. If it was a video, I would, video, I would do something like video in brackets, hi, and then over here, which is really cool, these little people, these are the things that you can pre-populate. So you can put any of these in. I'm going to pick first name. And what that will do is when this goes out, whatever it is that it's going to on the list, that person's first name they've entered will be automatically entered in there. So it's a personal email. It's not just a generic. It looks a bit more like you've took some time to contact these people. So I just say like, hi, please see, or thank you. And then I'd put something like, free training, something like that, just so they know what it is. Now you're going to design your message. So we go into design and content, and again, you've got loads of done templates here, which is the best thing about GetResponse. You don't have to be a whiz at doing anything. Everything is all on here, and you can pick which ones you want to use. I'm going to do a blank one today just to show you how easy they are to do. So I'm going to select blank. Again, in blank, you can select, a type of column that you want. I'm just going to go blank, just so you can see how I do mine. And this is the basic of it. So it will always come up, if you've added a logo, it will always come up with a logo in your header. And then once you hit something on the right hand side, this opens up. Now, left is layout. And then once you actually hit into a box, it goes into message style. So that's the style of whatever it is that you're currently editing. If you go down, you've got add image, for example. These are all the ones, obviously, I had pre-uploaded earlier. And that opens it up. It's quite big. So you can logo align it. If you don't want it in the middle, you want it to the side, and you can shrink it. I tend to go down to about, I think it's about 240. Which I've worked out is quite a good size for my logo. So that's the start of the email. We've got the logo at the top. Then you want to go back to layout. So the next bit you want, it says here, start with layout, drag and drop blocks. So when you go to layout, which is the left button on the right-hand side, you've got basic blocks. You've also got sections. So if you want to, split this particular block into 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, it actually goes up to 6 you can do. So I'll show you that a bit later down, but for now, I'm just going to add a text. So if we go back down to the blocks, grab text and just drag and drop. So then you can start typing. So this is like the bulk of your email. So it might be something like, hi, and then again up here, we've got the little pre-identified personality, I'll call it. So I'm just going to add first name there. Just bulk out your email, really. Thanks so much for requesting my free training. You can download this by clicking here. So this is an example of something you might type. Obviously, you want to make it a bit more bolded out. I tend to introduce myself in the very first email just so people know who I am and a bit of background. It's all about building that like no trust formula with the emails. So what you want to do is you want to have a minimum of having the download in there. So you would grab whatever it is that you want them to check out, whatever it is that you're sending. So if I just pick sorry, let me just find one. Let me just grab this one. Go back. And the way that you link it is you just highlight whatever it is you want, go up to the link. If it's a web address, leave it as it is. Tap in your URL and insert, and you'll see that that's now highlighted. So that means that when this email is delivered, they'll click on there and they'll be able to access whatever it is that you're giving them. You just put something, you just want to sign off. So sorry, that's still a link. Sometimes that happens. So speak soon, Harry. Okay, so that's just an example of, a very brief email. Obviously, you're going to put a lot more in there. Now, if you want to change any of the fonts or the colors, everything's up here. You've got paragraphs, headings, you can do all different sizes. You've got all your different fonts, so you can change them to whatever it is, that you want. Let's go back to Arial. You've got your different sizes. You've got bold, you've got italic, underlined, all the normal stuff. You've got your text colors. If you want to highlight something, you've got that as there as well. So I'll just change that to green just so you can see. So it's easy as. Next, go back over to the right and go to layout, because I would suggest that you add on a signature. Now, the way that I do mine, I go to sections and then I will add, just add a couple of sections really. And this is where you're gonna put whatever it is that you want them to see. So my signature, I tend to have an image. So again, you just add image. I'll just pick that one that I've preloaded, so you can just upload anything that you want. And you can obviously make that smaller to fit in, because it is just your signature. And then over on the left-hand side, you might want to add a button. We'll add a text first to say what that button is. So drop that in there and just put, let's connect on Facebook, for example. You might want to situate that in the middle. Go back and then pick up your button. Just hover around the box where you were, and it'll pop it in there. And once you click on there, it will open up on the right. So you can leave that as click here, you can change it. You want to add in the URL of where that button is going to go to. So that would be my Facebook page. And you can again, you can change the color. So that's basically how the signature is going to be. And then you can also, any of these that you're doing, any of these blocks, you can save them. So like my blocks, I've got pre-saved signature blocks for different emails that I send. I've also got e-commerce, and there's a few other things that you can have on there as well. But that's kind of the basics for for typing out an autoresponder. So if we go next, you want to just go up to, here's something I did miss. You want to add your list, which list this is attached to from someone signing up on a list that needs to be generated. So make sure you've got the right list connected. And then you want to go down, you can send a you can send a test message. Kept saying you want to send text message, but it's a test message. So you can send that and see what it is before you actually save and publish it. Or if you get interrupted, you can save it if you don't have enough time to finish it. And the really good thing about Get Response is it has a spam checker. So it will alert you if it thinks this email is likely to go into someone's spam box, which is pretty important. You don't want to be ending up there. So once you're all good and you've double checked all your settings and you're happy, either save or save and publish. I'm going to save and publish. So now my autoresponder will be on here. If I ever need to come back to him, he's there, he's ready, he's on. You can turn them off as well. You can change the cycle day. You can go in and edit, duplicate, send test message, preview. You can see the statistics as well of the open rates, which is pretty cool. You want to see, make sure it's getting into people's boxes, etc., etc. I'm just going to go back. I didn't. Yeah, there we are. So I did leave it open. So I'm just going to test this all now because everything's set up. So I'm just going to pop in my name and my email. There you go. We come straight through to the thank you page. It's telling me to go to my email inbox, junk box for delivery. So I'm just going to open up my emails and we'll see where that's ended up. There we go. It's bang in there right at the top. That's the email that I've sent. Thank you, free training. You can see exactly how the signature comes up at the bottom, so people can click on there. And if we click on here, it should take you through to my How to Start Affiliate Marketing in 2021 ebook that I've written. So that's basically how everything is set up. I really hope that that's helped you today. If you've got any queries or questions, then just get in contact with me. I'll add details of how you can contact me in this tutorial. I'll add it either below the video or however you're receiving this tutorial. I just had to think, so I'm not sure how I'm going to deliver this yet. But I'm Kerry from Ladies That Market, and yeah, I really hope you've got value from everything today, and I hope to see you on the next tutorial. Bye for now.